Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, and any other creatures, terrestrial or non-terrestrial, that may be watching tonight. Welcome to the BRR Saturday series presented by Flaming Karma Paint Shop. Tonight we are having a little bit of fun. We are running the Gen 4 cars at Talladega. They may look similar to the ARCA cars as far as the body style, but that's about where the similarities change. The ARCA cars have about 600 horsepower. These cars have 850 normally. Tonight we are at Talladega, so that is a restrictor plate track. So that will cut the horsepower back on them, but these cars will still fly around the track. We're just getting ready for qualifying here. Had some pretty impressive speeds in the pack during practice, but qualifying times will be down a little bit as they go out single car. Do want to take this opportunity to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, especially my own mother, and hope you have a great weekend and hope you enjoy the race. Do have a couple of cars sliding out onto track now. Matthew Young and Greg Snellgrove have taken to the track for their qualifying times. Gonna have probably see a mixed bag tonight. We'll have some people that will qualify to see if they can get it up front. Others will opt to not qualify and sit in the back and try and avoid the chaos. As Matthew Young has a little bit of a slide coming off of turn 2 there on his warm-up lap. Gets it back under control, gets it back under power. Again, this is a restricted engine race. That means they put a restrictor plate between the carburetor and the intake to reduce the amount of air and fuel that gets to the engine. Takes them from about 850 horsepower down to about 450, but once they're in a pack, it really won't matter because they're just going to fly. This is Talladega, which is the largest oval track that these guys run on. It is 2.66 miles. Located in Talladega, Alabama, at the site of an old Army Air Corps training base from World War II. With that restrictor plate, it means these cars will take at least a full lap to get up to speed. So usually their second lap in qualifying will be the faster of the two. Several cars out there taking time now. In addition to Matthew and Greg, we've got Patrick Coluccio, Gerald Thanos Poole, Donald Durrance, Nicole Creasel, DJ Kinner, John Schmidt, Michael Smith, Jason Rome, and Rick Sargent have also taken to the track for qualifying. Take a ride in the cockpit of Jason Rome as he comes down through the tri-oval. The start-finish line it is not in the center of the tri-oval like it is at Daytona. It is a little ways down the stretch in towards turn 1 before they cross the stripe. So it allows for a final passing opportunity on that last lap through the tri-oval if you got enough of a run going. So it makes for very exciting racing, very exciting finishes. That's provided everybody finishes on their wheels and not on their roof, which can happen from time to time. And it's a driver's eye view. You can see him hugging that yellow line, trying to take the shortest distance around for the fastest possible lap. Right there in the tri-oval there's a few little bumps that you have to negotiate, but other than that, this track is pretty smooth. There's Donald Durrance down the back stretch on his second lap, it looks like. Sorry, first lap. Right now, Greg Snellgrove's at the top of the leaderboard with a 51.86. To kind of give you an idea, they were running 49 flat in traffic during practice. So basically, 2, almost 3 full seconds off. Donald jumps up to 4th on the board there. Greg's on the pole right now. Jason Rome was 2nd. Rick Sargent 3rd. Now DJ Kinner jumps to the top of the board. DJ Kinner's finished his lap. Good one putting it on the pole so far. Looks like everyone that's going to take time has taken time. And we are ready to go racing. So on the pole, we have DJ Kinner. Outside front row is Greg Snellgrove. Second row is Jason Rome and Rick Sargent. Third row, Donald Durrance, Gerald Poole. Fourth row is Michael Smith and Matthew Young. Fifth row is Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel, and Patrick Coluccio. Sixth row is John Schmidt and the Manslammer, William Mann Jr. Seventh row is Albie Hewins and Ray Hillhouse. Then we've got Paul Ems and Bill Percy rounding out the field for a 16-car field tonight. Should be one pace lap once they get going here. Just waiting for a couple more cars to grid up. If you're hearing some loud booms in the background, that's just the thunder. It's a little bit stormy here in Central Florida, so I'm hoping that the power will stay on and my internet will stay up, but we'll see. It's that time of year when we have those thunderstorms roll through, and it's making quite a bit of noise right now. Pace car is rolling. Looks like everyone is taken to the grid except Wild Bill Percy. Not sure if he's experiencing some technical issues or not. Wow, we have a moment. We'll look at the track conditions. Again, this is a 2.66 mile oval. Air temperature is 78 degrees. Track temperature is 99. They do have 3 sets of tires in addition to the set that they currently have on the car, but tires are not really much of a factor here. They will need fuel. This is an 80-lap race, and we restrict the amount of fuel that they can take on board just for a little more competition. And so they will need fuel, but tires are not so much an issue, so you'll see a lot of guys either take no tires or 2 tires. If there's a caution, someone may take 4, but it's really not a large deciding factor on the speed of the car. Right on the roof of Thanos' car as we're down the backstretch heading into turn 3 on the pace lap here, because you can see the lights are out on the pace car. Pace car goes down pit road. Feels formed up, but it's not time to go yet. Again, like I said, the start-finish line is not in the center of the tri-oval like it is at Daytona. Here it is halfway between the tri-oval and turn 1. They've entered the Geico start zone. And green flag underway. Again, with the restrictor plates, these cars take nearly a full lap to get up to speed. So they'll stay pretty much side by side for those first couple of laps until they get wound up, and then see if they'll sort it out, try and go single file, or they may stay too wide. So Jason's right there on the back of DJ, giving him a good push down that back stretch into turn 3. Greg's got a little separation between him and Rick Sargent behind him, so he's starting to fade back a little. You need that car up behind you to help push. Part of that draft, the two cars split the air and make them run faster. These cars with the noses and the tail pieces, they do not line up, so you do not want to actually bump draft. If you touch the guy in front of you, it's generally disaster. But you just get up there real close and kind of take the air off their rear spoiler to help them pick up a little bit of speed. Looks like someone decided to bail out of the front there. It was getting a little too rough for him. That's DJ. Falling back to the back. Obviously, he's thinking they're maybe pushing it a little bit too hard at the start of this race. He doesn't want to get caught up in something right off the bat. Got to be there at the end if you want to win. So, kind of a smart move to drop back and see what sorts out as they go 3 wide through the tri-oval. Still holding 3 wide. This track's wide enough you can run 5 wide if you had to, but I would not recommend it. 3 wide's enough of a challenge. These cars slide around and move around quite a bit with the air, so that can get a little... Yeah, it looks like Jason got just a little bit of a bump that he didn't like, and there goes Rick Sargent, turned around. That's what happens when you bump. That brings out the caution. Looks like Gerald Poole was caught up in it. John Schmidt might have had a little issue. Let's see if we can see it from Gerald's perspective. Oh, we'll check this one with Patrick Cuccio up towards the front. Oh, 3 wide, just got hooked a little bit. Oh, quite a bit of damage there. Donald just caught the rear. Thought he was going to sneak through, but didn't quite work out for him. Lots of cars damaged. Now they do have 1 fast repair, so they'll be able to use that to get repairs to the cars, but it's awful early in the running to have to use that. So right now the running order is Greg Snellgrove, Ray Hillhouse, Jason Rome, Donald Durrance, and Paul Ems. Looks like in up to 4th now. Jason's dropping back. Quite a few cars headed to pit road. It's like Ray's got quite a bit of damage on the right front of his car, so he's going there. Greg's going down. I don't see damage, but he may just be going to top off the tank. Doesn't hurt to take on a little extra fuel, give you a few more options a little bit later in the race. And it looks like DJ's planning to stay in the back and avoid trouble. Didn't quite work out for him. Looks like he's got a little bit of nose damage too. So Albie comes in to repair his. Donald Durrance there. Lots of cars on pit road to get it worked out. Looks like Manslimer made it through okay. I don't see any damage there. He's probably just topping off the tanks too. Maybe got a little bit of damage on that left side that we can't see because he's spending a little longer in pit road than he should be. So up front, we're showing Jason Rome in the lead. Michael Smith, second place. Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel, up to third. Greg Snellgrove, fourth. DJ Kinner, fifth. Matthew Young, sixth. Rick Sargent, seventh. Gerald Poole, eighth. Donald Durrance, ninth. And the Manslammer, William Mann Jr. in 10th. Ray Hillhouse is 11th. Everybody else is on pit road right now, so we'll have to see how they come off there. Let's see while we got a second here. Let's grab Nicole and see what she's thinking of what's going on right now. Nicole, this is Mark in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got a copy.
So, from towards the back to third in just a couple of laps here. Is it getting a little crazy out there?
Yes, it was very crazy in practice, so I was hoping that they kind of settled down for an 80-lap race.
Doesn't look like they're going to do that. Maybe this will kind of scare them straight.
I hope so.
Okay. Well, it's good to see you moving up. You're always strong at these plate tracks, so keep it up, and hopefully we'll talk to you in Victory Lane.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Thank you. That was Nicole. That's what she said. Creasel, the first lady of BRR. She's always strong at these plate tracks. Just as long as she can stay out of the carnage, which looks like she's done so far, she'll be a player there at the end. Lights are out on the pace car, so field is forming back up. Again, it is Jason Rome in the lead, Michael Smith second, Nicole Creasel third, Greg Snellgrove fourth, and DJ Kinner round out your top five. Matthew Young, Rick Sargent, Gerald Poole, William Mann, and Raymond Hillhouse are your 6th through 10th runners. Albie Hewins 11th, John Schmidt 12th, Patrick Coluccio 13th, Paul Ems 14th, and Donald Durrance is 15th. It looks like he just came back off pit road, so still trying to correct some of that damage. Probably didn't want to use his fast repair right away, so as long as he get caught back up, stay in the draft, he should be okay. Pace car leads them through 4. He'll drop off onto the pit road, and we'll be back to racing in just a moment. Green flag is out. We're back underway with lap 6. Now starting lap 7. Inside lines seem to have formed up a little bit quicker. Michael Smith's hanging tough on the outside there, but he really needs help to get up behind him. Here comes Greg Snellgrove and Rick Sargent, so that will definitely help give him a push. And Greg takes it to the outside to make it 3 wide. We'll ride on board the roof of Jason Rome, who's currently running 6th right now in that inside line. Matthew Young out there on the outside as he goes by. It looks like William Mann is right behind him. Inside line is definitely formed up. Now Rick Sargent steps out of line, seeing if he can get a run on, maybe draw that outside line up to him, and there it goes. Give you an idea of some of the speed that they're running here. This is on Michael Smith's telemetry, the 10 car. 192 down the straightaway. 193, 194. 202 for a brief second there. And we've got more contact. Michael Young and Rick Sargent. Looks like DJ Kinner's involved. Nicole caught a piece of that. There goes down there and spin into the inside to avoid. Go back, take a look at that. Looks like Jason had a little bit of a problem too. He's inside. That's not a good join. Managed to get it up there and just in time. It looks like he had dropped back to try and avoid everything. And was he able to keep it? Yeah, it looks like he did a good job slowing it down. Good job. What's going on with Rick Sargent? Oh, the 31 car just turned down, caught him in the nose, and turned him in front of the field. Once again, lots of torn up race cars, just 9 laps, almost 10 laps into this. Lots of cars coming back to pit road. Looks like Ray Hillhouse has assumed the lead. Of course, he was caught up in that first one, so he's probably real glad that he made it through here. I'll make sure he's not coming to pit road, and if he doesn't, we'll grab him, talk to him, see what he's seeing from his perspective. He stays out. Ray, it's Mark in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
Well, this looks like it's getting a little bit crazy for this early on. What are you seeing out there?
Yeah, I think just the idea of a fun race, everyone's just being super aggressive and having fun. So,
how are these cars handling compared to like the ARCA cars?
they handle really the same. I mean, same draft package and stuff. They suck up pretty fast, but I love how these drive in the draft.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll settle down now, get some green flag laps in here when we get Forum back up, and hopefully we can talk to you in Victory Lane.
Yeah, here after a while, we're not going to have a whole bunch going in a circle, so it'll be easy.
Yeah, the less cars that can make it back on track, that's going to make it a little easier for you. All right, thanks, Ray.
Thanks, man.
So right now, running order is Ray Hillhouse up 13 spots, John Schmidt up 9, Donald Ernst up 2 spots in 3rd, the Manslammer up 8 spots in 4th, and Jason Rome down 2 in 5th. Albie Hewins, Rick Sargent, Gerald Poole, and Nicole Creso are the other 9 cars on track right now. The others are on pit road getting repairs. Looked like we had a little bit of blanking out of William Mann Jr., but hopefully that'll settle out. Lights go on the pace cars, so they'll form back up. Looks like just about everybody's done with repairs. Patrick Coluccio's still on pit road, so he's lost at least one lap, if not two, unfortunately. But as much as they're having problems, he might be able to get a lucky dog, get back on the lead lap. Right now, the running order is Ray Hillhouse in first, Donald Durant second, John Schmidt third, although I think John's really second. Yeah, he dropped back for a second. William Mann Jr. in fourth, Jason Rome fifth, Albie Hewen sixth, Gerald Thanos-Poole seventh, Rick Sargent eighth, Greg Snellgrove ninth, and Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel in 10th. 11th is Michael Smith, Paul Ems is 12th, Matthew Young and DJ Kinner are 13th and 14th. They're also showing as a lap down. Patrick Coluccio still on pit road, and Bill Percy, of course, did not start. I think while we still have quite a few cars on track, I think now would be a good time on this restart to crank it up. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and let's just listen to the sound of the cars roar by. William Mann Sr. to the front, followed closely by Jason Rome and Ray Hillhouse. Rick Sargent and John Schmidt round out that top five. Got Albie Hewins, Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel, Gerald Poole, Michael Smith, Greg Snellgrove. That's your top 10. Donald Ernst in 11th. Paul Ems in 12th. Looks like Donald has dropped back. He was actually at the front of the board there during the Crank It Up session, but he's dropped back, probably thinking that it's still a little too racy for him. He wants to try and save his car for the end. Matthew Young and DJ Kinner are unfortunately laps down, and Patrick Coluccio still in the pits getting repairs after that most recent crash. Jason Rome did just turn the fastest lap at 49.09 for the race there, so definitely speeds have picked up as they're staying in the draft. We'll just have to see how it goes. They can keep it together for 63 more laps. Jason Rome's moved to the outside. He's got Nicole on his back bumper trying to push him past William Mann Jr., who's leading, being pushed by Ray Hillhouse and John Schmidt. Looks like William Mann went up top to block. Back down to the bottom. Trying to play both lanes, kind of keep the momentum behind him. It's a pretty good strategy, but Jason's managed to still get alongside on the outside line. Just needs a little more help from Nicole. She's almost there. Top 11 cars are just over a second apart, so everybody's bunched up here. Looks like Paul Ems has lost the draft, so unfortunately he's falling back. He's in 12th. A little more than half a lap behind, so he's either going to need a caution or the field is going to swallow him up pretty quick. A little farther back on the roof of Thanos' car, following Albie Hewins here. Gerald Poole's running in 7th, right behind Albie. Got Rick Sargent behind him, Michael Smith, Greg Snellgrove, and Donald Durrance. Nicole just tied for the fastest lap at a 49.09, so you can see up front, even though she's kind of trapped on the outside, she's still turning some good lap times. He's got back down. Jason's on the outside there, still trying to get around out to the front. Looks like Rick Sargent made his move outside, 3 wide into turn 3. Pushed himself out to the front. Ray battling back with Jason there for that second spot. Nicole hanging, just watching everything from 5th, right behind John Schmidt. A little bit of shuffle. It looks like Rick just bailed out there. I don't know if he got a little push and had to go, or if not sure what happened there. Unfortunately, this rear pack of cars has kind of gotten separated a little bit. Looks like they might have lost the draft off of that lead pack, but If they can get 4 back up, they can run them back down in a hurry. Rick Sargent still leading, Ray Hillhouse second, John Schmidt third, Nicole Kriesel fourth, and William Mann Jr. in fifth. Jason Rome running sixth, Albie Hewen seventh, Gerald Poole eighth, Michael Smith ninth, and Greg Snellgrove 10th, with Donald Durrance in 11th. Paul Ems has unfortunately gone a lap down now at this point. That's actually who we saw down in the bottom. He was getting out of the way to let everybody by. Matthew Young and DJ Kinner are 13th and 14th, also laps down. Like Albie Hewen's trying to fight his way into the top 4, get up behind Jason there and give him a push out to the front. Rick Sargent hanging tough down low with Ray Hillhouse on his back bumper. Jason and Albie not going to give up. They're going to start fighting back on that outside as we go down towards turn 1. And it's Rick Sargent in the lead, Ray Hillhouse second, Jason Rome third, John Schmidt fourth, and Albie Hewen's fifth. Nicole Kriesel's in sixth right there with William Mann Jr. right behind. Gerald Thanos Poole, Michael Smith, Donald Durrance, and Greg Snellgrove. Definitely looks like everybody's settled down here. Ooh, big blink. Rick disappeared. He still has not reappeared. Oh, he's back. Oh, that's close. Nothing more terrifying than the car right in front of you disappearing at a super speedway. Fortunately, Rick had to take to the apron, checked up, so he's lost quite a bit of time, falling back to 9th place right now. Meanwhile, Jason and Albie on that outside line, first and second. Looks like Ray's trying to mount a charge with John Schmidt on his back bumper. Off the rear of Albie's car, back at John Schmidt, Nicole Kriesel, and William Mann Sr. or Jr., and it looks like caution is out. Caution is out. Not sure if that is the competition yellow or if there's actually a problem. I'm not seeing anybody having an issue, so that must be the competition caution. So at the competition yellow, we had Jason Rome out front, Albie Hewen second, Ray Hillhouse third, John Schmidt fourth, and William Mann Jr. up to fifth. Nicole, that's what she said, Kriesel was sixth, Gerald Poole seventh, Rick Sargent eighth, Michael Smith ninth, Greg Snellgrove 10th, and Donald Durrance 11th. Those are all the cars on the lead lap. I know Greg and Donald definitely wanted to see that caution so that they could get caught back up. Paul Ems probably also wanted to see it because I believe he will be the lucky dog, so that will help get him his lap back. You got Matthew Young and DJ Kinner in 13th and 14th. Again, Patrick Coluccio, unfortunately, still on pit road undergoing repairs. We'll let these guys make their pit stops and see if we can grab someone else to chat with them, see how their race is going. everyone should come to pit road on this. They'll want to take tires, possibly, but more importantly, they'll want to take fuel. Still not sure if this gets them in the window. I think they're still outside the window, so they'll have to stop at least one more time for fuel. Some may take the opportunity to put 2 tires on. Some may actually put 4, but like I said earlier, tires not really a huge factor here, so not super important if you don't change them. You can typically run an entire race here on the same set of tires. It looks like Jason Rome is the first one off. Ray Hillhouse second, Albie Hewins third, Greg Snellgrove fourth, and Michael Smith fifth. You got Rick Sargent, John Schmidt, and William Mann Jr. in eighth. Gerald Poole came off pit road ninth. Still waiting. Nicole Creasel came off 10th, and Donald Durrance 11th. Looks like Donald's still doing a little repair here. Let's see if we can grab Albie and see how he's doing here. Albie, it's Mark in the booth. You got a copy?
I do. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Obviously not as well as you are, up to third right now, so that's a heck of a charge, up 10 spots from your starting position.
Yeah, we got lucky, avoid some stuff. I still got my fast repair, so I'm gonna go ahead and run up here.
Well, that's
see
golden.
What happens.
That's definitely golden. So how does this car handle compared to the ARCA cars?
I like it better. You still can't bump trap the whole lot, but I like it better.
Okay, well, excellent. Well, good luck. Great job working your way forward, and hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Yeah, thanks a lot. We'll see.
Albie Hewins in the 55 car running third. So up 10 spots from his original starting position. So again, the running order right now is Jason Rome first, Ray Hillhouse second, Albie Hewins third, Greg Snellgrove fourth, Michael Smith fifth, Rick Sargent sixth, John Schmidt seventh, William Mann Jr. in eighth, Gerald Poole ninth, Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel in 10th, Donald Durrance in 11th, and Paul Ems, who did get the lucky dog, got his lap back running in 12th. So Matthew Young and DJ Kinner laps down, unfortunately, still on track, but they'll need another caution and a little bit of help to kind of get moved back forward. Lights are out on the pace car, so as you can see, the field's formed back up too wide. Field is entering turn 3 now. And it looks like Matthew Young and DJ Kinner have officially retired. Obviously too much damage from the earlier caution. Pace car pulls down onto pit road. Field will go through the tri-oval into the start finish zone, and Jason Rome will kick us off. Let's jump on board Michael Smith on this restart so you get the perspective from the roof of his car. Green flag is in the air, and there we go. It's like Jason got a good jump, immediately pulled up to cover on Ray's move. Albie Hewins in third, and Michael Smith fighting here for fourth with Greg Snellgrove. As you can see, the cars are still accelerating. It will take them nearly a full lap to get back to full speed. There goes William Mann Jr. out on the outside, taking advantage of a big run. Had to check up. Looks like Ray moved up there to block that move, trying to get a little energy off of him to get a draft to push back by. Ray inches out, but looks like Jason's fighting back on the inside. Albie's right up behind him. A little bit of side drafting going on there. As long as you don't make contact, that's okay. But if you do make contact, then bad things usually happen. Coming to complete lap 31. And we've got Ray Hillhouse and Jason Rome fighting for that top spot. Albie Hewins and William Mann Jr. fighting for third and fourth. Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel in fifth. Michael Smith sixth. Rick Sargent seventh. Gerald Poole eighth. Paul Ems ninth. John Schmidt 10th. Greg Snellgrove 11th. And Donald Durns 12th. Looks like that inside row is going to prevail for right now. Looks like Nicole has jumped to the outside to give Ray a hand. See what they can do as far as making up a little room, getting back on Jason's right rear quarter. You can see the field's all pretty tightly bunched. Looks like Greg and Donald are just hanging in the back there, just trying to save their stuff. They've been through quite enough already. They don't need to get in any more tangles. Again, they were only given one fast repair for the race, so if they've had to use it at this point, they need to take care, just to make sure they can make it to the end of the race to try and fight for that win. Back up front, Jason's still leading. Ray's fighting with Albie for that second spot. Now Nicole takes it 3 wide up top. See what John Schmidt's going to do. He's staying behind Ray right now, but is he going to go up top there with Nicole and see if he can help out? Or looks like he's going to stay right in that middle groove. Nicole's got to hang tight. Looks like she might have some help coming from behind. 3 wide down that backstretch into turn 3. Cole's doing a great job hanging tough on that outside with no help. It's like Ray just inched ahead of Jason there at the line to lead that lap. Ooh, John Smith gets a little bit high, almost gets into the side of Nicole. That's going to slow her down though, give a little side draft there, so that's going to hurt. She'll have to fall back in line here and regroup. Well, she stays outside. Not going to give it up, fighting back on the top. Jason's trying to figure out which line he needs to get up in front of, pulling back down to block Albie on the bottom. Ray's going to get a little bit of run from help from John Schmidt. Nicole still fighting on the outside there. Five cars, still 3 wide here. Looks like William Mann Jr. is going to join the party in a second here. Looks like Paul Ems might have gotten in the wall coming off a 4 there. Nicole has finally dropped back down to the bottom. She'll probably run a couple more laps, see if she can get a little help, make another move again. Jason up front, Ray Hillhouse second, Albie Hewins third, John Schmidt fourth, and Nicole Kriesel fifth. William Mann Jr. sixth, Rick Sargent seventh, Michael Smith eighth, Gerald Poole ninth, and Paul Ems is in 10th. Greg Snellgrove 11th, and Donald Durrance in 12th. And as you can see, all 12 cars are relatively close together. They're all in the draft, so nobody needs to worry about getting dropped off the back. They're just kind of strung out towards the back side of this pack, just waiting to see what's going to happen up front. I don't blame them. With them running 3 wide a little bit, definitely time to be a little bit cautious. Coming off of turn 4 here, they'll complete lap 38, so just 2 away from halfway. Jason Rome still out front. Albie Hewins pushing on that bottom. He's moved himself up to second. Ray Hillhouse is digging back on the top with help from John Schmidt. Nicole's just kind of sitting back there on that inside line watching what's going on, but I'm sure she's plotting what she can do next to try and get back to the front. William Mann Jr. is in a nice position there in 6th. Kind of got a little bit of gap from the front, but no pressure from behind, so in a real good spot to just turn some laps and see what happens. Rick Sargent's running up on the outside there. Paul Ems, Michael Smith, Gerald Poole round out your 8th, 9th, and 10th position. Greg Snellgrove 11th, and Donald Durrance 12th. Looks like Donald's dropped off the back a little bit, but he's still in the draft, so he should still be okay. There goes Nicole back to the outside. Looks like she's going to pick up Ray Hillhouse this time to see if pushing her can do a little bit better than when she was pushing Ray. Again, Jason just running that low line with Albie right alongside. John Schmidt back in 3rd there. Nicole and Ray are looking on the outside, seeing what they can do as far as moving forward. Again, want to wish all the mothers out there happy Mother's Day on this Mother's Day weekend. Nicole has pushed her way back to the front. Way to go, Nicole. Jason's in 2nd. Ray Hillhouse and Albie Hewins fighting for that third spot. John Smith riding back there in fifth with Rick Sargent up high in sixth. William Mann Jr. in seventh and Paul Ems in eighth. Again, all 12 cars on the lead lap, all running in a pack here, so no, everyone's in the draft. But all being led right now by Nicole. He got cycled back to fifth and all that, but he's dropped back in line, so he'll start plotting what he can do to move forward. Looks like he's jumping out there, seeing if Rick's going to come along and give him a little bit of a push as he works his way back forward. Ray's jumped back in behind Nicole as she moved up to that top line. Jason worked his way on the bottom. Get a little help from Albie Hewins and John Schmidt. Nicole's going to fall back to fourth for right now, but she's got Ray right behind her, so she's going to try and make that push, get that run back towards the front. Jump in the cockpit of race cars, see what he sees as he's following Nicole around here as they push back towards the front. She's getting back up alongside Jason. He's got Elby down inside of him. And these cars dance around a little bit. They're not, can't really bump draft with them, but you try and get real close just like that. Takes the air off that rear spoiler of the car in front, makes it go faster. Nicole led that lap. Jason fighting back on the inside. Oh, John tried to make a move on Albie. Didn't get away with it. Hard in that inside wall. Let's take a look at that again. Looks like John just had a little bit of a run, tried to get down underneath. There wasn't quite enough room there. Just a little bit of contact. Albie threw a long slide. Didn't look like he was going to hit anything until John came back off the wall and got him again. Let's see how much damage he might be able to get away with just regular repairs, not having to use that fast repair. Although that right front looks like it's a little bent up, but it's behind the wheel, so as long as he doesn't have a meatball, he should be okay. Yeah, John's car, that was a hard hit to the inside, so I'm sure it's not driving the way he wants it to right now. And I cannot believe that did not bring out a caution. Nicole is up front. Jason and Ray made a little bit of contact there. Greg Snellgrove up on the outside. Ray's trying to fight for that lead, 3 wide into turn 1. Yeah, since this last update, iRacing's been having a little problem. It's not throwing cautions when it should have been, but those cars were down off the racing surface, so it thinks it's okay. But as hard as those impacts were, that should have been a caution. Albie's out there still trying to limp along in 11th, but definitely going to be a challenge for him. He's 30 seconds off. It looks like Yeah, he's about 4.5 seconds off the pace, so quite a bit of damage aerodynamically, so that's slowing him down. Back to 3 wide up front. Nicole still leading. Jason behind her. Ray in that middle line. Greg Snellgrove on the outside. Looks like he has a little help from Rick Sargent and Paul Ems on that outside line. Ray's waiting for someone to give him a little bit of help. Looks like William Mann Jr. is going to stay inside. Meanwhile, here at the back of the pack, Gerald Poole's just hanging out as he usually does at these restrictor plate tracks, waiting to the end. He's usually a player. I think he finished 3rd at Daytona in the season opener. Even though at one point in that race he was sliding down the front stretch on his hood, so on his roof. Settle back out, single file up front with Nicole leading. Jason Rome second. Had a little blink there out of Ray. He's back solid now. William Mann Jr. running 4th. Greg Snellgrove outside of him in 5th. Got Paul Ems pushing Greg. Michael Smith's closing up behind the man slammer there to give him a land. Ray's looking back outside, seeing if he can pick up Greg and make another move forward. These cars seem to be able to get a pretty good run up on the car in front of them, but you need a little help, otherwise you get stalled out, so you can't quite complete that pass. 3 wide again into turn 1. Nicole on the bottom, Ray in the middle, Greg up top. Jason staying on that bottom line. He seems to like that lower groove, which Nicole doesn't mind because that's helping her. Putting lap 50 of 80, Nicole still leading, Jason Rome second, Ray Hillhouse third, Greg Snellgrove 4th, and Paul Ems and William Mann Jr. fighting for that 5th spot. Looks like Paul Ems has it right now, but Williams on that low line. He's going to try and dig back on the bottom, get back to top 5. Michael Smith in 7th, Rick Sargent 8th, Gerald Poole 9th, and Donald Durrance in 10th. Albie Hewins is in 11th on the lead lap. Unfortunately, because of that crash, he's about 45 seconds behind, so he's only 4 or 5 seconds ahead of this pack right now. So without a caution, he's going to get swallowed up. What he needs to do then is try and hang with the group and see if he can catch a caution and get that waiver on for the lucky dog. That's provided the damage is not too bad. He has picked up the pace a little bit, but he's still 3 or 4 seconds off. Part of that's obviously due to the fact that he's running alone. Nicole still leading. You can see Albie out in front of that. Jason Rome was taking a peek down low. We'll ride on board with Jason on the roof of his car behind Nicole. You can see Albie up there in front in the distance. So they run him down. Be interesting to see if he stays low or if he moves high to let them by. Sure, race chat, he'll communicate what his plan is. Looks like he's going to stay high and let the pack go by and try and drop him behind and draft. Really unfortunate. Should have been a caution, but iRacing has been having an issue as of late. Nicole still out front, Jason Rome second, Greg Snellgrove third, Ray Hillhouse 4th, and William Mann Jr. in 5th. Got Michael Smith, Gerald Poole, Rick Sargent, Paul Ems, and Donald Durrance all That's 6th through 10th, and everybody, all 10 cars are in a pack. I just take a peek back here and see if LB was able to grab a hold of it. Looks like he was able to fall in line, so that's good. That will help him. He just needs a caution now before they lap anybody else, which they shouldn't do right now. And that way he'll get the lucky dog, get back on that lead lap, and get those repairs taken care of too. Ray Hillhouse running third on the inside. Looks like Rick Sargent's making a move on that outside line. Going to get some help from Paul Ems. Rick's going to keep pushing, staying outside, pulling up alongside Jason, and now going for the lead. Rick Sargent to the front for that lap. Cole's going to dig back on the bottom line here, try and get back in front. Jason sticking right with her. Ray Hillhouse on that bottom line too, so the three of them seem to be working pretty well. As they go into turn 3, pushing Nicole back out to the front. Rick hanging tough though, just off the quarter of Jason. Looks like he's fading a little bit. His help kind of dropped off there for a second, so see if Paul can get back to Rick's rear bumper and push him back up to the front there again. So important at this track to have that helper. If you don't have that, you definitely will notice in speed. As you can see, Paul's gotten organized behind Rick, and they're making a move right back forward. Moved him right back up into third. Running that outside line. The outside line also doesn't bind the car coming off the corner, so get a little bit of acceleration there. I don't know if Paul has a little damage or if he's just being a little bit cautious, but he's kind of opening up as they come off the corner, and that's stalling out the drive, taking away some of that momentum. Yep, definitely looks like Paul is dropping way back. That has left Rick outside on his own. He looks like he has a little gap right there in front of Ray, but he did not pull down. Oh, Ray went up top with him. Looks like the two of them are going to try and see if they can get past Nicole and Jason. Albie Hewin still hanging tough here with this lead pack, even though he's lost that lap running in 11th, but he's just hoping for a caution that he's not part of. That way he can get that wave around and get some repairs done after that crash, and definitely will help him out that way. Jason's still hanging tough there with Nicole on the bottom. Looks like Rick and Ray have been able to push past. Albie's taking advantage of that to move towards the front. He might try and get his lap back the old-fashioned way. Looks like Nicole went up there for a little bit of side draft just to kind of slow him down. Meanwhile, Rick and Ray are staying connected there on that outside line, running first and second. Nicole's back to third. Jason's fighting with the Manslammer, William Mann Jr., for that fifth spot. Albie Hewin's there again, trying to stay up in that front draft so that he can get that lucky dog should that caution come out. Through the old tri-oval, across the stripe, and 22 laps to go. Top 10 cars are all in a pack together, so they're all well within reach of making a play here on that final lap to get the win. Rick Sargent and Ray Hillhouse have moved to the bottom line now in front of Nicole. It's like Elwie's kind of hung out on that third line, dropping back a little bit as Jason Rome and Willie Mann Jr. fight for that 4th and 5th position. Jason has it. Willie Mann Jr. wants it. You've got Michael Smith and Thanos right behind. Greg Snellgrove, Paul Ems, and Donald Durrance rounding out your top 10. Nicole got a little loose off the corner, went down below the line, but she didn't advance a position, so that won't hurt her. Meanwhile, Man Slammer's got formed up with Michael Smith. They're pushing to the front. Oh, they had some action coming to pit road as they were coming for their final pit stop. Let's see if we can see what was going on there. Somebody got the back. Oh, looks like Nicole was coming in just a little hotter than Rick Sargent. Got the back of him, turned him down into the wall. Wow, that was close. It's like William Mann Jr., Michael Smith out front, Greg Snellgrove, Paul Ems, and Donald Durrance are your top 5. They should be coming to pit road now. Hopefully they'll have a little smoother transition than what they did. Michael Smith came in awful hot. Hopefully he didn't get a pit road penalty there. Meanwhile, the leaders that did pit, Jason Rome and Ray Hillhouse, have come off 6th and 7th. They're right together there, so that worked out perfectly for them. They're able to draft. Gerald Poole, Nicole Creasel, Rick Sargent behind that. Greg Snellgrove, William Mann Jr., Paul Ems, Michael Smith have come off of pit road, so let's see how they blend in. See the 3 of them down there on the bottom as Jason and Ray come off of turn 2 at full speed. They kind of spread out, which is not going to help their cause. They need to get in line real quick. Oh, someone got the wall. It looks like Jason might have scraped the wall a little bit. Ray was able to use that momentum to carry himself back to the front. He's going to pull down in front of Paul Ems. So right now we've got Ray Hillhouse in the lead, Paul Ems in 2nd, William Mann Jr. 3rd, Greg Snellgrove 4th, and Jason Rome 5th. Michael Smith 6th, Gerald Poole 7th, Nicole Creasel 8th, Donald Durrance 9th, and Rick Sargent 10th. Greg running that high line right now. Looks like Ray is down at the bottom. Jason's gotten up to him, so the 2 of them will start drafting again. Paul Ems out front, William Mann Jr. 2nd, Greg Snellgrove on 3rd out in that outside line. Ray Hillhouse and Jason Rome 4th and 5th on that inside line. Looks like Ray's going to move up behind to draft a little bit. It's awful quick pit stops for all of them. About 8.5 seconds, a little bit less, a little bit more for quite a few of these drivers. So the question will be, did they put on enough fuel to get to the finish? If they changed tires, it would have only been 2 tires. But the question is, did they get enough fuel into the car to make it? And what if we have a green-white checker? So Ray and Jason got split up. They're 3 wide now. Paul M still leading. William Mann Jr. fighting with Jason for second. Jason's going to take that low line trying to get to the front. Greg Snellgrove in the middle behind the Man Slammer, and Ray Hillhouse up top. Look back a little further. It looks like Donald Durrance and Nicole have hooked up here drafting. That's 8th and 9th position. Unfortunately, they're a little ways back from the leaders. Must have had some difficulties. Obviously, we know Nicole had some problems getting to pit road, but yeah, they're showing about 20 seconds off the lead pace. Looks like they're slowly running down. Is that Thanos in front of them, maybe? Well, back up front, Jason Rome's got back to the point with Ray Hillhouse pushing Paul Ems on the outside. They're fighting for that second position, currently running third. Looks like William Mann Jr. fourth and Greg Snellgrove fifth. Looks like the Man Slammers moved up to that top line behind Paul. Going to see if the two of them can work there. Greg's staying with them too, so 3 cars versus 2 cars. Again, they're just trying to click off laps as we make across the stripe this time. It'll be 14 laps to go. Now Ray takes it 3 wide with Jason in the middle. Paul up top, and William Mann Jr. pushing behind him on the outside line. Greg stays up there in that high line too. Jason's trying to move up a little bit, see if he can get a little bit of a side draft off of the Man Slammer. See if that can help pull him up alongside Paul so he can side draft him. Meanwhile, Ray's staying down in that low line. Oh, we've got a little contact. And Rick Sargent has had a crash. Let's get to it. Looks like he and John Schmidt were running there. Oh, just got ran over. Turned him into that inside fence hard. Again, no caution because he was down off the racing surface, and iRacing for some reason or other won't throw the caution for that. But that's definitely caused some damage for the leaders here from the contact. As William Mann Jr. takes it to the bottom there with help from Greg Snellgrove. They're going by Ray Hillhouse, who still has Jason Rome on his back bumper, giving him a push. Looks like Paul Ems is going to fall in between the two of them up on that higher line. Now the Man Slammer goes up to cover that. Greg's going to try and push by on the bottom, get a little help from Paul there. Ray's pushing William Mann Jr., but he's looking for a way around on his own. He definitely doesn't want to sit there. Nice run off of the turn. Now Jason Rome takes it to the middle. Forces the Man Slammer up high and takes the car all the way to the bottom right in front of Greg. That was a bold move. tight fight between these top 5 cars. Barring a caution, it's going to be settled amongst them. Gerald Poole's running 6th, but unfortunately he's about 16 seconds back from this battle. That car you see in the background, that's John Schmidt. He's laps down, unfortunately. Had a good run going, just got caught up too much damage. Had to spend a little while on pit road fixing it up. Cole and Donald running 8th and 9th behind Michael Smith. They're a little ways off of there. Only 9 cars on the lead lap as they cross the stripe with 9 to go. So I don't even have to take off my shoes to count how many laps are left. I don't need my toes, just my fingers. And William Mann Jr. on that inside line with Ray Hillhouse pushing. Meanwhile, Jason Rome on that outside line with Paul Ems, and Greg Snellgrove. Now Greg drops down low. I think he's trying to decide which line he thinks is going to move at that very end. At this point, they're trying to figure out who can push who to get the best advantage and kind of set themselves up for that final pass on that last lap. You want to try and get it done as late as possible so they don't get a chance to get back by you. Looks like Jason's going to the outside now, Ray's to the inside, William Mann Jr. in the middle of that sandwich. Paul Ems and Greg are staying right there in that middle line with William. Four cars now on the bottom. Jason's the lone man out up on that top line. It looks like he's pulling down. Just going to tuck back in. Try and figure out a little different move. As he comes through the tri-oval, next time we cross the stripe, will be 7 laps to go. Again, without a caution, these are the 5 cars that are going to settle this race out. Greg making an aggressive move down there to block Ray. Meanwhile, Jason trying to use that momentum on the top side, try and get up to 3rd. Ray's going to go up there with him. William Mann Jr. hugging that yellow line on the inside. He's got Paul tucked right up behind him, Greg behind him. Jason and Ray are up on that top line, still fighting. We'll jump just back a little further to see what's going on here. You've got Gerald Poole running 6th. He's got Michael Smith right on his back bumper. The two of them have kind of formed a little draft. Unfortunately, they're quite a ways back, so that doesn't help them. 17 seconds from that lead pack. And then you've got Nicole, Elby, and Donald. Nicole is 8th. Donald's 9th. Elby's in 10th. Unfortunately, still that one lap down. He needs a caution desperately to get himself back into the fight. Back up front, Ray has taken the lead. William Mann Jr. 2nd. Paul Ems 3rd. Looks like Greg Snellgrove 4th, and Jason Rome is 5th. Single file again. William Mann Jr. looking high. Thinks better of it at this point. Just a little under 5 laps left as they go down the backstretch into turn 3. Jason looking high now, trying to make a move on Paul to get up to 3rd spot. He's got him cleared, pulls down to try and do a little side draft on the Manslammer. Meanwhile, Ray moved high to try and catch that momentum, but didn't work. Jason just went around the outside. That puts William Mann Jr. back to the lead as 4 to go. Ray in that middle line in second. Jason Rome third on the high line. Paul M's moving back underneath for third, and now trying for second on that bottom line. Greg's going to go with Paul. The three of them have teamed up all day, so it makes sense. Might as well stick with the people that got you there. Jason sitting back there in fifth, still trying to figure out what he can do, make that move. Ray's hanging tough on the outside there with Greg fighting for that third position. They come off turn 4, headed down through the tri-oval. When they come across the line, there'll be 3 laps to go. Ray got a great run through the tri-oval and into turn 1. As Jason's pulling back up behind him, pulls up side by side with William Mann Jr. Now they're fighting for the lead. Paul and Jason in that second row. Jason's dropped off a little bit off of the back of Ray, but Greg's pulled to the inside now. Now back to the outside behind Jason. Still trying to figure out what he wants to do. Rick Sargent, unfortunately, after that crash, did have to go to pit road for repairs, where he still is. Two laps to go. William Mann Jr. and Ray Hillhouse fighting for that top spot. Paul M's, Jason Rome, and Greg Snellgrove running third, fourth, and fifth. It is a dogfight. Any one of these 5 cars can win at this point. They're all in striking distance. It's just a matter of, do they get the right dancing partner at the right time to get to that front. William Mann Jr. currently has Paul on his back bumper, pushing him back by Ray. Ray's going to fight back on that outside, though. Looks like he's tucking down there, trying to give him a little bit of a side draft, drag him back. Hoping Jason will get up there. Jason and Greg seem to be having a heck of a fight. Now Greg's up there. It looks like Greg's going to pull up behind Ray. Final lap. Greg pulls to the outside, 3 wide. William Mann Jr. on the inside, Ray in the middle, Greg up on the outside. Paul's going to move up on the outside behind Greg. Jason's sitting up there too. Now Jason's going to pull it down behind Ray. Trying to decide. He's going to force it 4 wide. Running the Manslammer down to the cushion. Meanwhile, Paul gives Greg a little bit of a shove. Jason rolls into second. Ray's there in third. The Manslammer and Paul side by side for fourth. Greg pulls up high behind Greg. Ray pulls up high behind Greg, and he just caught the back of him. Turned him around. Chain reaction. It looks like Paul is going to come through for the win. Great job. Let's take a look at that real quick again. Well, it looks like Greg made a late move to block. Got caught, turned down into the Manslammer, and Jason Rome, of course, turned Ray down pit road, and Paul sneaks through for the win. Gerald Poole manages to make it around to second with Michael Smith third. The Manslammer crawls across in fourth, it looks like. And Ray Hillhouse fifth, Jason Rome sixth. So let's see if we can talk to some of these guys here. We'll start with our third place finisher, Michael Smith. Michael, it's Mark up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's going on, Mark?
Well, that was a crazy finish, and somehow from 16 or 17 seconds back, you managed to get back up on that podium.
Yeah, it was. I made a little bit of too early of a move on Greg there, 3, but Gerald. But he came back around on me. But oh well, it was a fun race. I lost the draft coming out of the pits, and so kind of got screwed. So I kind of got with Gerald, and we just kind of made some laps till the end there, and be able to. I listened to the mayhem happen, and just kind of kept my nose clean.
Yeah, that's how you do it sometimes. Well, congratulations. Yeah. Good third place finish.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Mark.
All right, thank you, Mike.
Yes, sir.
And let's see, second place, Gerald Poole. Gerald, it's Mark up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, we got you.
Well, somehow, as always happens at these restrictor plate tracks, you end up with a top three with a great second place finish here.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of got messed up on that last pit stop, and of course there was that little deal that happened in front of me, so it cost me a little time. But yeah, I mean, me and the 10 car were just chugging around, and I figured on the last lap he was going to try to get me, and then somebody in the hauler said there's been a wreck, and as I came around, I started seeing cars and my relative, and yeah, I think I picked off a couple three right there at the start finish line.
Yeah, it was definitely close there right at the very end, but again, an excellent job. We go to these restrictor plates, and you're always one that's going to get up there on the podium, and you did it again.
Yep, we lucked out. It was a fun race. These cars are kind of wild in the draft because they have so much horsepower, and you can feel like you can do a lot with them. But hey, well, I had fun. I came in second, so thank my sponsor, Scarlet Revolt, and thank you for what you're doing, man. It was a pretty fun one tonight.
All right, thank you, Gerald, and congratulations.
Thank you. Catch you later.
Yeah. And let's see. Let's pull the winner in here. Paul, this is Mark. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Well, that was one crazy finish, but you kept yourself up in that top five that whole time, managed to pull off the win. How'd that go for you?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, Talladega's just kind of about surviving, and I was just lucky enough to be the last car alive, so can't say it was all skill, a little bit of luck, but we'll take it.
Well, definitely maybe a little bit of luck, but you still did put yourself in that position to begin with to capitalize, so that's always a good thing. So is this your first race with BRR?
It is. I have some buddies that have been talking it up pretty good, and so did a great group of guys, so I figured I'd check it out, and so far so good.
Yeah, unfortunately you set the bar pretty high because now we're going to expect you to win every time.
Well, let's not get crazy, but we'll do our best. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, congratulations. Awesome job there, and we'll see you next week.
For sure. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Paul Ems, the winner of tonight's race. Again, great job by everybody. A little bit of a wild race, but they managed to give us another interesting finish. That's what we always like about these restrictor plate races. Again, thank you for watching. Again, happy Mother's Day, and we will see you next week at Milwaukee.
This was a presentation of the Burning Rubber Racing League Saturday Series presented by Flaming Karma Paint Shop. We want to thank our loyal viewers. This is MDM